Hello and welcome back to Harmful Place. If you recall last time, the episode ended with the game crashing on me. Now I've downgraded the game. I'm now running it in 1280 80 times 720, 60 hertz instead of full screen 1360 times 800. I don't remember exactly. My native resolution is very fucked up because I run my computer from my TV. Anyway, running window mode now. Hopefully that should put a less of a strain on the game and make it not crash on me.
Defenses.
That would be bad.
Down.
And it brings me right back. Okay, that's at least something. Ow. I think you could all right.
Vulnerable. Now. Falling back.
Oh god. This is bad.
More coming through the rift.
Oh god, run! Run! Oh, no way! Oh god. Stop attacking the... And... the bush. Oh god. This should do it. I can tell my computer why it would have a bit of a problem with this, though. This is very graphically astounding, man. Oh god. Wait, you're not supposed to be immune. I just disrupted the fate. Ow. You think you can taunt, maybe? Oh god. Disrupt. I disrupt you? Oh, come on. Oh god. Please die. Come on, please. I've been good.
Now. Seal the rift.
Yeah,
Do it.
I'm doing it. Close your motherfucker. Oh god. That should do it. I even got an achievement, Wrath of Heaven. Sweet. Valuables carry in your inventory. You can apparently not read before the loading screen switches. Cool. I love this game. I love this universe. Oh, wow. Wow. Just... there I am. Lying in the finest garments. I mean, I look like a European king right now.
Oh,
It's okay, man.
I didn't know you were awake. I swear.
Don't worry about it. I
beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You're back in Haven, my lord. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand.
But that
It's
is,
all what anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
And the danger is over.
The breach is still in the sky, but that's what they say. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
does she beat her servant? 'Cause the elves are not slaves, they're servants. That's not cool, Cassandra. Vision explorations. Vain hope. Someone better at this than me takes over before the survivor expires. Notes in case. Day 1. Clammy, shallow breathing. Pulse over fast, not responsive. Pupils dilated. Mate says his scarring mark is throbbing with unknown magic. Wish we could station a temple in here just in case. Yeah. I bet none of you are all that acquainted with Nari anatomy. Where did those marks on my face come from? I don't remember putting marks on my face. I. He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy. Hey. Nope. I. So, I'm looking for Cassandra. He'll probably want to execute me.
That's him. That's the Herald of Andraste. They said when he came out of the Fade, Andraste herself was watching over him.
What?
Hush. We shouldn't disturb him.
What?
Lady Cassandra have him in chains. I thought Seekers knew everything.
It's complicated. We were all frightened after the explosion at the Conclave.
It isn't complicated. Andraste herself blessed him.
How would you know? Androssus Mabari. No Androssus old Mabari. You don't show up in the chant, and if you ask those holy sisters, well, they'll say Andraste can't have had some big old smelly war dog. But all Ferelden knows it, right? Our sweet lady needed someone who would warm her feet at night. And there's Androssus Mabari by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Tevinter, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal, without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Oh, that dog, he guards Andraste without arrogance or fear, only asking of his mistress just a scratch behind the ears. But then the old Maverick gets to plotting, tries to lure that dog away, but even as they trap the prophet, her Mabari never strays. And there's Androssus Mabari by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Tevinter, the dog would never hide. They said the Maker sent him special, always loyal, without pride, so he could be companion of the Maker's holy bride. Oh, they thought the ones had killed him, but he limped out toward fire. And he's sorry, and he shed a tear as the dog laid on the pyre. Dabba-dee-ba-dabba-doo. Yes, that Mabari, the companion of the Maker's holy bride. Probably, if historically unlikely, for Elden Tavern song. Oh, that is actually story though.
That's him. He stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
I heard
No, I'm not. God. Not do that. Less thrashing, some responsive stimulus, vitals seem solid. 2 attempts so far by locals to break into the chantry to kill my patient. All this work to save his life, and then will he just execute him? Will inform Lady Cassandra I expect him to wake up before the morn. Man, that was... a lot of rift left all over.
Good luck sealing those rifts.
Thank you. Oh gosh. Have you ever heard the story of King Bedwyr? Bedwyr, like most kings, was a man of great pride who expected nothing but complete loyalty from his subjects. He believed the best way to achieve this was through fear. After all, those who feared him would never cross him or question his rule. Most importantly, those who feared him would always seek to please him. Bedwyr cultivated terror in his subordinates through the gleeful and unrestrained use of a contraption referred to as the Maiden. The Maiden was a hinged iron casket as high and wide and deep as a man would wish his spies within. That's an Iron Maiden then. Meant to pierce through the poor soul locked into it, Bedwyr's Maiden was a prized possession and stood in place of honor in his throne room, often with a screaming victim inside it. Political rivals, unsuspected assassins, treasonous ministers, the Maiden consumed them all. As time passed, more people were given to the Maiden for increasingly trivial offensive. The cook for oversalting the king's food, the page boy for dropping his sword. The Maiden cast a pall over the kingdom, and its people prayed for deliverance from the cruel king. Then one day, a strange woman rode into the city. She called herself Ember and was an emissary from far-off land. Her leaders had heard, she said, of Bedwyr's wisdom and authority, and she sought the king's counsel. The thought that he had earned the adulation of brother kings across the sea made Bedwyr swell with pride, and he granted Ember an audience. They dined and danced, and through it all, Ember flattered and fawned on the king. At the end of the night, Ember asked to see the Maiden, the infamous device that had given Bedwyr all his power. The king, giddy with praise, proudly presented Ember with the empty contraption. Ember looked at the Maiden, sighed with disappointment, and said, "That does not look terrifying at all. I should imagine the spikes to be much sharper." Bedwyr grew red at her comment and replied, "The spikes are sharp enough. Look at all the blood that clings to him. But it's so small. Are only children and women its victims?" Bedwyr grew redder still and replied, "Of course not. The Maiden has devoured many men." Ember shook her head and said to the king, "I do not believe it. Surely no warrior could fear this thing. A man like yourself, tall and muscled, would not fit within." The king laughed and saw a way to prove the merit of the Maiden to Ember. "I will show you how easily a man like myself could fit," he said, and with that he stepped into the device. But Ember was waiting, and no sooner had Bedwyr squeezed himself into the iron casket that Ember slammed it shut on him. Ember took the Maiden with the screaming Bedwyr inside, through the castle and down into the city, and the people, finally free from the king's tyranny, cheered and danced to singing that echoed through the street, until Bedwyr was dead and it finally stopped. Hell often told me to sing a Maiden Tavern. Alright. That is a scary story. But awesome. Ember, you will remember. Ember, you will remember my name. What's away? I hope it's okay with you guys if we just read stuff. Ooh, hi.
Not taking orders right now. Got a problem with it? Bring it up with Cassandra.
Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Ooh, loot. Loot! Fat loot! Big ol'. Big ol'. Elf root. Because that is shit is all over for Elden. I have a feeling certain choices in this game were made because people have complained so hard about the setting of Dragon Age 2. Like, already we're back in Ferelden, and I can tell we're probably going to revisit a lot of places from Origins. Probably going to Awesome as well. Circle Tower. We're not going to Circle Tower. that area of the game was not very interesting. At least not with the sloth demon. Holy crap, the sloth demon. The study of the fate is as old as humankind. For so long as man has dreamed, we have walked its twisted paths, sometimes catching a glimpse of the other's heart. Always as close as our own thoughts, but possibly separated from the world. The Wind Imperiums once spent vast fortunes of gold, lyrium, and human slaves in an effort to map the terrain of the Fade, an ultimately futile endeavor. Although portions of it belong to powerful spirits, all of its face is in constant flux. The Imperium succeeded in finding the disparate and ever-shifting realms of a dozen demon lords, as well as cataloging a few hundred types of spirits before they were forced to abandon the project. The relation of dreamers to fate is complex. Even when entering the fate through the use of lyrium, mortals are not able to control or affect it. Spirits who dwell there, however, can, and as the genre teaches us, the great flaw of the spirit is that they have neither imagination nor ambition. They create what they see through the sleeping visitors, building elaborate copies of our cities, people, and events, which, like the reflection in a mirror, ultimately lack context or life of their own. Even the most powerful demons merely plagiarize the worst thoughts and fears of mortals and build a realm with no other ambition than to taste life. That is both true and a bit depressing. Oh gosh. Do tell me if you don't want me to read these things aloud. Until someone tells me to stop, I'm going to do.
Have you gone completely mad? He should be taken to Val Royo immediately, to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe he is guilty.
The Conari failed, Seeker. The breach is still in the sky. For all you know, he intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
There was no word for heaven or for earth, for sea or sky, all that existed was silence. The voice of the Maker rang out the first word, and his word became all that might be, dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. And from it made his firstborn, and he said to them, in my image I forged you, to you I give dominion of all that exists, by your will may all things be done. Then in the center of heaven he called forth a city with towers of gold, streets with music for cobblestones, and banners which flew without wind. There he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. The children of the Maker gathered before his golden throne and sang hymns of praise unending, but their songs were the songs of cobblestones. They shone with the golden light reflected from the Maker's throne. They held forth the banners that flew on their own. The voice of the Maker shook the fate, saying, in my image I have wrought my firstborn. You have been given dominion over all that exists. By your will, all things be done, yet you do nothing. The realm I have given you is formless, ever-changing. And he knew he had wrought amiss. The Maker turned from his firstborn and took from the Fade a measure of its living flesh and placed it apart from the spirit and spoke to it, saying, here I decree opposition in all things, for earth, sky, for winter, summer, for darkness, light. By my will alone is balance sundered and the world giving new life. And no longer was it formless, ever-changing, but held fast, immutable, with words for heaven and for earth, sea and sky. At last did the Maker from the living world make men, mutable as the substance of earth, with souls made of dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. Then the Maker said, to you, my second-born, I grant this gift. Your heart shall burn in unquenchable flame, all-consuming and never satisfied. From the fate I created, I crafted you, and to the fate you shall return each night in dreams, that you may always remember me. And then the Maker sealed the gates of the Golden City, and there he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create.
That is not for you to decide.
Okay, well, thank you guys for watching this episode of Fair Plays. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you join me next time for more shenanigans. Until then, bye!